and uses his pepper spray on the deputy. Andrews chased DeMoss as he ran towards a Motel 6 with people inside.
Hey! Stop! Sheriff's Office, stop!
When coming out of the lobby, the body cam video shows DeMoss deploying the pepper spray again, resulting in 3 shots from Andrews. Andrews did not hit DeMoss with any of the bullets, but KCSO placed her on leave until the investigation was complete. 5 days after the incident, when KCSO found DeMoss, he attempted to flee and pepper sprayed deputies again. KCSO arrested DeMoss on multiple charges, including grand theft auto, resisting arrest, harming a police dog, obstructing a peace deputy, among others. On September 23rd, he accepted a plea deal and could spend up to 10 years in prison. DeMoss is scheduled to be sentenced on October 22nd. Out of the 4 deputy-involved shootings for KCSO in 2024, this is the only one that didn't result in a death. And after an incident review board conducted an investigation into this use of force, they determined it was within policy. For 23 ABC News, I'm Dominique Lavigny, your Bakersfield neighborhood reporter.
First check of the weather here is going to show some very good news headed our way. We already had some very nice weather over the weekend, and it looks like that is something we can get used to here. We are done with heat for the season, done with the triple digits. We can finally put the summer weather behind us, transition over to some nicer, cooler fall conditions. I wouldn't say we're full-on fall weather right now, but it's definitely not a lot nicer than it was last week. 83 degrees in Bakersfield, so temperatures are at the very least comfortable already, and they're going to be getting even nicer. Let's look at the temperature trend here over the next several days. Temperatures not only staying near 80 degrees, but falling below 80. In fact, we have a chance to fall below the 70-degree mark by the end of the week. We'll take a look at that later in the show.
Fall is in the air. And so is the flu virus. I'm Avery Elowit, your neighborhood reporter in Bakersfield. CVS shares what you need to know about this year's flu season and how to best protect yourself.
Students are going back to school, holidays are coming up, people are getting together, and so it will be very important for everyone to get protected from the virus during this season.
Gonzalez Natwali, district leader at CVS Health, says now is the time to get the flu vaccine.
The CDC recommends to get the flu vaccines early in the fall, and ideally by end of October, just because the flu virus season peaks at some point in December, January, and so we want people to be protected ahead of time.
And if needles aren't your thing, there is another option, the FluMist or influenza vaccine live intranasal. In comparison with the flu injection,
they are both equally effective per CDC. The difference is that the FluMist is administered through the nose. Other vaccines are injectable. Flu virus vaccines are usually inactive viruses, whereas the FluMist is a weakened activated virus.
Despite the FluMist being an active virus, Natwali says neither the FluMist or the flu shot can give you the flu.
The CDC recommend the flu vaccines for everybody eligible for it so that we can protect the community as much as possible.
For the 2025 to 2026 flu season, the FluMist is anticipated to be available for home delivery for at-home use. If you do decide to go with the FluMist, your local pharmacist may have to order it. But the flu isn't the only virus to look out for.
We do anticipate a busy season as last year. Nowadays, we talk about different viruses, COVID, flu viruses, and RSV. So it is important for everybody to be aware of it and then get protected as much as possible.
Even if you've had the original COVID injection, Natwali still encourages the community to get the updated vaccine.
The new COVID vaccine is not a booster. It is actually a vaccines made with the most updated virus to protect the COVID.
According to the CDC, studies support the safety of getting both the flu and COVID vaccines at the same time.
Some of the side effects after getting the flu vaccine will include soreness at the site of injection, low fever, feeling sick, but those symptoms resolve on their own within a couple of days.
Natwali says that most insurance companies cover the flu and COVID vaccines, but there is also an option to pay with cash. To schedule your flu or COVID vaccine, visit the sites you see here on the screen. In Bakersfield, I'm your neighborhood reporter, Avery Elowit.
I'm Corey O'Leary, your neighborhood reporter, and coming up, I have the story of a local mother who was shaken up after an experience at the Rite Aid in Lake Isabella. Now, for many people in the KRV, the pharmacy is a place for them to get important medications. However, with the closure of the drugstore in Kernville over the summer, the pharmacy options up here are less than they ever have been. And many residents have been coming and reaching out to me, talking about troubling experiences they've had at Rite Aid, whether that was receiving the wrong prescription or not being able to contact customer service. In the Kern River Valley, I'm Corey O'Leary, your neighborhood reporter.
We can say with confidence based on polling that it will either be Harris or Trump living here at the White House come the end of January. But don't tell that to third-party presidential candidates. And while there aren't many third-party candidates this year, there are just enough to potentially impact the result. Trump, Harris. Only one, though, could be president of the United States come the end of January. Of course, there are other presidential candidates out there, all running because they believe the country's two-party system doesn't best represent all Americans. Chase Oliver is the Libertarians' presidential nominee. Jill Stein is running for president on behalf of the Green Party. Cornel West is running as an independent. While the polls show no third-party candidate is running a campaign strong enough to seriously challenge Harris or Trump, the candidates have been successful in getting on many ballots. Libertarian candidate Chase Oliver is on the ballot in all of these states. Green Party candidate Jill Stein has made the ballot in most key states, too. And while Cornel West is on the fewest ballots, Politico's Brittany Gibson, she covers third-party candidates, says he is still capable of taking votes away from Democrats.
He's really galvanized the pro-Palestinian true activist support.
To understand just how consequential a third-party vote can be, look no further than Wisconsin. In 2016, Trump won it by a little more than 20,000 votes. In 2020, he lost it by around the same margin. In 2016, over 100,000 Wisconsin voters cast a ballot for the Libertarian candidate that year, and over 30,000 cast a ballot for Jill Stein, who ran for president that year, too. The Democratic National Committee is acutely aware of the impact third-party candidates may have this year. Last week, they launched this attack ad against Stein, which is airing in swing states.
Stein was key to Trump's 2016 wins in battleground states.
The biggest third-party question mark may involve someone who is no longer running for president, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He endorsed Trump weeks ago, but is still on the ballot in all of these states, including some swing states. A recent Wisconsin poll showed Kennedy still earning 3% support. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
I'm Maddie Volmer, your Bakersfield neighborhood reporter, and on the second Monday of October marks Indigenous Peoples Day. I'm here with Johnny Delgado, who is the grants director with Bakersfield American Indian Health Project. Hi, how are you today?
Wonderful, thank you.
Good. Can you tell me a little bit about this program?
Yes, Bakersfield American Indian Health Project is a nonprofit 501c3 that's funded through public law under Indian Health Services. We are a healthcare advocacy program for the urban American Indian who has either been displaced due to the relocation acts of the government or simply Native Americans chose to relocate themselves.
For more information about this project, you can call the number on your screen or look at their website. For 23ABC, I'm Maddie Volmer, your Bakersfield neighborhood reporter.
I was raised in the streets and barrios of Lamar, California, 93241.
Jorge Guillen's passion for art started when he would visit the library in the 4th grade. It was there when he was inspired by the drawings in comic books and began to start drawing his own pieces.
I have visions of imaginary urban architectural landscapes and the concept of Chicanismo burning the
Now his work is displayed throughout the communities of Lamont, Bakersfield, and Fresno. Tune in after tonight's football game to learn about his journey and the meaning behind his artwork.
All right, turning back over to weather here. Temperatures fairly comfortable right now, but we've got a big cool down on the way. Real fall weather in the forecast very, very soon. I can actually start to introduce some good news into the forecast. Actually, already feeling a little fall-like up in the mountains. 68 degrees in Tehachapi, 69 in Lebec, 66 at Fraser Park. Hopefully we can get these graphics pulled up on the green screen here. Temperatures are, again, a little bit on the warm side right now. Looking at the low temperatures overnight tonight, 48 degrees at Fraser Park, 53 in Lebec, 49 in Tehachapi. So definitely getting cool in our mountain areas. Even here